do today. Hi folks, welcome. It's Jeff here. Today we're very fortunate to have Lisa, Leon and David on with me as well. Other people may be joining, uncertain. This is day 2 of the free 3-day beginners trading camp, although I think a couple of people here have already traded. But there will be questions from yesterday, so let's do our best to get them answered right now. So there must be some questions, so let's just, this is your time to ask me anything from yesterday.
What time do you have your mentoring group?
Okay, that's a great time. Mentoring group, currently we have it at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're working also getting one at this time right now.
Oh, okay.
So perfect for you,
can
Lisa.
Can you come to any of them or all of them?
A mentoring group, you can come to them all. Whether you come to one, it's a paid for group. Whether you come for one, come for 2, or in the future 3, it's the same price. We don't add anything on. It's you take out what you want and what you need. Yep.
And do you do like trading during that time? Or?
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we do live trade. We did a live trade today. I went on gold futures. Other guys went on different things. So I'm happy to show you my charts, to show you the setup we did for that. In fact, now this is another time. It's a really good time to trade. Yep. Monday is used. Okay, what we typically do. I don't want to get into. I don't want this to be a talking about my intermittent group, but since you asked, the first week in every month we do a boot camp. So that there is to, if people are new to the group, it gives them time to find out where we're at, and apart from that, I always introduce something new. So even the people that have been with, like even we got a guy funded $100,000 last month, a guy from Canada. In fact, this month, a guy from Canada. He'd been with me for 8 months, and it took him 8 months to have access to $100,000. So for him, it's a complete no-brainer. And he's for whatever he trades 1%, he makes $1,000 in every trade, which is pretty nice. So I feel pretty good for him. Yeah, iPhone. I don't know who you are. So what's your name, please? Okay. iPhone. Who are you, please? Okay, we'll do something else then. Okay, that's sorted. I removed iPhone from the group because it never introduced the. So I don't know who the guy is. So let's carry on. So Lisa, you had a question from yesterday, if I actually do remember. In fact, talking about the charts, let me show you the group today. I'll show you the charts in a minute. So go to the my mentoring group. Real quick. Come on. Oh, inner circle mentoring group. Okay. Get it going. There we go. You see a little badge up here, inner circle mentoring group. And just let it catch up with the zoom. But I'll show you this at the end, the trades that were taken. But let me see if we can do it, if it catches up.
Jeff, is this related to the ICT trading strategies?
Absolutely nothing to do with ICT trading strategies.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of the name?
Yeah, that's
okay. Inner circle, you may have heard of phrases like inner circle, gold inner circle. I was actually going to call it gold inner circle, but I just called it inner circle. Yep. And just so you know, IC trading strategies are excellent as a methodology if you can understand them. you'll see from this chart that the people are using. These are indicator based, although I don't use indicators, and I'll show you that on my charts. What you could say is taken from the ICT. There's a fair value gap in that indicator, and that's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's the only thing ICT talks about there. Have you traded ICT with Mark, Dave?
No, I haven't. But just before I got in contact with you, I've seen that it's all over the internet, and honestly, the majority of it, I'm not impressed with for various reasons. So I just wanted to make sure that that I was going the direction that I thought it was going.
Okay. Here was my chart today I shared with the group. It was gold futures. Gold up there, it was a 5-minute time frame. Just a nice little scalp down there. 0.48%. I just decided to get out of that area there with the support. Close the trade, done. I see this cross. I actually showed you this setup yesterday at this time. Just say, I don't know if it's going up. I don't know if it's going to go down. So there you go. Do that once it goes one way or the other. Bang. Let's carry on with the other people are doing the same since I've showed that actually. There is Blair, another 56 minutes ago, another $472 win. Nice drop there. Yep. There's Jaden. Some of you know Jaden. Let me just check. Leon, you know Jaden. He made two losses, 5 wins. He was honest enough to share. That's what I like. Jaden's really a rock solid guy. He says that as it is. Yep. 0.7%. That one was. See the guy. These are guys from the group. When it went down. Down. Come on, down. There was a loss there somewhere. I think there was. That's his. That's what he actually lost today. What of them? Risk management was off. Risk management was off. So we're covering that tomorrow in the group. Let me carry on a few more. Who was this here? There's another win by Blair again. Another nice win. ED using the volume monitor mod at the bottom and colors. What I do is I've just letting it. I built indicators to people, so if they don't know if it's an uptrend or a downtrend, they go by the colors on the background. So green means up, red means sell, and you can use these or without. So if it's a green area, we're expecting to buy. Wait for a small pullback. Boom. It's going for a sell. Okay, going for a sell there. You see these red, I call it stabilizer blocks, in for a sell because it's red. Yeah, it comes back, but again, it depends when you take the trade. But this gentleman actually took the trade there. Yep, he took the stop loss there. There was a little fair value gap in there, right in there. He had the stop loss there, took the entry down to there, closed the trade. And if you can actually, if you see in it close, you can see little red arrows and blue arrows there. You can switch them on and off. But anyway, back to what we're supposed to be talking about today. If I can show a little bit more. There was someone's yesterday. In fact, there's Jaden again, 5 wins yesterday. That was his trades yesterday. So you can see that there. Some people have more indicators on than others, but that's it there. So back to what we're doing here today. Okay, that's interesting. I want to have a look at that just now. So that's a trade I might want to get in actually. So I'll show you all these different things here in a minute, but I don't actually need any of that. Okay, here's a little trades idea I've got. Euro futures. So I teach futures, I teach Forex. Yeah, teach it all. Teach gold. And that's we'll have a look at that later. We can have this a bit lower, we can have it there, we can do it anything we wish. Yep. So let's just have a look at that. Let's say a minimum of 0.5%. Go up to whatever. We'll come back to that later. I always say to people, get your first target at 0.5%. Get a target at 0.5%. And then if it goes beyond that, goes to 1%, and you move your stop loss up. And it's all about protecting. Always protect your account. Protect your account first. So let's go to this one here. The question, Lisa, you asked yesterday, if you remember, you asked a couple of things, but one of the things we put on here the volume monitor, if you recall. The volume monitor at the bottom, which you see at the bottom of these charts.
Yes.
Yep. And makes a difference what's showing on at the moment. You don't trade futures, do you? So I'll actually change it to back to AUD USD. Okay, hopefully. Oh, there's a noise there. I'll just remove all of that there. Thank you. So take the sell there. And the other thing I put on yesterday was an EMA. And you said, Jeff, you can't find that. So all this is, if you type in moving average exponential, it's not again. This is the one that's built in to TradingView. It's the one that's built in to TradingView. Now come up EMA, and you can. It's up to you how you set these. Yesterday this was set to 62, and all I changed yesterday, the way you want to see it, I didn't actually change it just for this. That's the way it normally is. But I prefer it to look like that because if I'm using them, because my eyes are drawn to it more. For me, I prefer that. And however you do it. Different strategies using moving averages. I just like how that flares down there. Again, you see how nicely it respects that buy there all the way. But look at these flat lines. You just got to be careful of these flat lines. Be careful of that, the flat line there, danger. And you can exit at any point you wish. When it comes to that, it drops below that, then we're into a sell zone. Whether you need that or not to place a trade, maybe don't, but it definitely supports the both of them very nicely. I'm sure you would agree. To go back in time. So that is a 62 EMA, and the only thing I've changed in that is I've changed it from that there to there. So Lisa, can you find that in your
Yeah, and then what are the inputs? It says like length is 9 and source is closed.
Length 62.
Oh, okay. 62, close 0, S&A.
I don't have this switched on actually. I don't have that switched
okay.
on. That would be that line there. That little. I could smooth that out. Yeah, but I don't even have that on, so I'll switch that back off. But
and then you did the line, the top.
What line did I do? Sorry.
Oh, I see you had circles on there.
Was that me drawing your eyes to a particular thing, perhaps?
Okay, I got it.
I don't know. Okay.
No, I got it.
So we've got that there.
Sorry.
There you go. Bang, straight down. So David, you have that?
Yeah, I'm actually just putting it into just playing with it in TradingView now.
Yeah, that's okay. Later, I don't know if you do have that. I'm happy to help you set TradingView up if you've not got it set up. just so you know.
I've not even started, mate. I'm literally just watching over, and obviously at the end of the third session, I'll probably go and see Jaden.
Yeah,
Get started.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here, because sometimes just hearing the words, but I've got to be honest, this always appear like a foreign language to you. You're like, what on earth are they talking about? EMAs, moving this, volume. It is like another language. When I first started learning, I said, this is like French or Chinese. It was just like a new language to me. So just take your time with it. Don't be put off with, just slow and steady, slow and steady.
Yeah, man.
And take the other free recordings. Take the other free recordings and have a look at them. But I'll highlight a particular one. Thank you. So I've got that. Yeah. So let me actually introduce you a little bit to the. Let me just do it with David. Have you actually placed trades before? I know you've done other stuff, but I'm just trying to.
Yeah, but not on TradingView.
Okay, makes a difference. On MT4, MT5, or TradeStation, or something else. Okay.
Mainly MT4 and MT5, and a couple of times on NinjaTrader, but I really didn't understand what I was doing on NinjaTrader.
That's okay, thank you. And what time frame? I'm just trying to find out the time frame you were doing these at, so I can trying to make sense to you.
In the past, mainly sort of 30 and 15 minute, but
30 and 15, okay.
Yeah, I've got no real connection to any time frame.
And Lisa, I think you're on entry on a 5 minute. Do you analyze it on a 5 minute, Lisa, or have I got that wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I usually go between the 5 and the 1 minute.
5 and 1. Okay, thank you very much. So, Leon, to you, what that basically means, right? Just show you this. Right now, this says D. That means 1 day. And all that really means is every candle represents, these are candles, represents, that's today. That was yesterday, a full trading day yesterday. That was the day before. And that was the day before. But by changing this, that there, for that one there, well, let's do yesterday's, not because today's not finished. Oh, okay. That one there, there's 4 hour candles, and you see how that appears. That appears different now on a 4 hour.
Yep.
If I go to the 1 hour, every candle is 1 hour of time, and you see how that affects this line and different things. But what we were talking about there was, David initially said, I first looked at it at perhaps the 30-minute time frame, but perhaps actually entered on a 15. Forget this here for a minute, actually. And then Lisa said she analysed it on more of a scalping, the 5 minute, but to actually then enter on a 1 minute. And it's all depend on trading psychology. It depends on trading psychology. So let's look at the market today with AUD USD, since we're there. Yep. And all I'm going to do. Is there a question? Nope. All I'm going to do is I'll show you a little strategy. But let's take it back to last week, actually. Then so what we learned from last week, we can apply for the rest of this week yourselves. Like me. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Monday, and that says midnight. So whatever. So I'm just going to go to there. And I can go to the daily, you can go to the whatever. But let's go stick to the, what time frame I'm going to do it? I'll do it on the 15-minute time frame. I'll do that again. And it gives me a time down there. All I'm going to do is now mark that up there. So I want to get this correct. Yeah. So what I'm now going to do, and I'll mark up midnight on every day. So I can't change the rules all of a sudden. Midnight. It's Tuesday. That's the Monday. I go to the next day. And then I go to the next day. So I'm marking midnight up Eastern Standard Time. So for you, David, that's round about your 11 a.m. For Leon, it's your 5 a.m. Leon. Oh, what's that one? Friday is usually a little bit slow. So all I've done is marked up the full week. Okay, so from there. So what I want you to do is just follow this simple process for the rest of this week. And I'm looking for one helper. I'm looking for someone to help me just put 2 lines on this day here. Is there any volunteers?
To find the range, is that what you're looking for?
No, I'm just looking for someone to help. Is that a volunteer, David?
I mean, yeah, I don't really understand what I'm volunteering for, but
okay.
I'll put my trust in you.
We're looking for a low and we're looking for a high. That's it.
Okay.
Are you okay? Are you okay with that there?
Yeah, I would go into the next session pretty much and go that.
I don't care what you want. I don't care what you do, but I'm all asking, is that the low? That's all I'm asking.
That's where I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, that the low. That's all I'm asking. I'm not thinking anything else. Thank you very much. We don't know the next day, anything. We're just finding the low. I'm confirming you recognize that as the low.
Correct.
And I want you to confirm if you recognize that candle there as the high.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Just there. And then you could drag things out. So that's it. That was easy, wasn't it? Absolutely easy. Oh, this is good when this happens. So what can we do now? You've obviously traded before. So what can we do now, David?
Well, we could mark the same, or we can find the same high and low on the next session.
When you mean session, you mean the next day?
Sorry, yeah, the next day, after the horizontal line. So basically just doing what you've done before on the, correct.
Just checking for language because I was asked recently and I actually had to correct myself. The person was correct. I said, people were asking me about my mentoring programs and I said, we do 2 sessions a day. And then they said, well, how long are the sessions? And I'm thinking, that's an hour. Well, sessions not normally longer. And the person was correct. They are. The trading sessions are longer. So I had to correct myself there, actually. So that's what then you do the next day? Is that what you're doing here? I'm
sorry, was that to me?
Yes, that's to you because you mentioned about
sorry. So then exactly. And then on the next over, if you draw your map, that's going to be your top.
Yep.
And
so
then
for everybody else, all we're doing is we're finding midnight to midnight. I'm not using something called session breaks. It's inbuilt into TradingView. TradingView does it at a different time. So there's the low there. So I'm just finding the low and the high of each day. Thank you very much. And that looks a bit short, that one there. That's correct. And same again. Thank you very much. And are you okay with that? Yeah, that looks like the low to me.
Yeah.
And then we have, and that's Thursday. And then Friday's normally a lot flatter, as you can see there, but we'll just draw that on anyway. To whenever. That's midnight there. But well, I wouldn't actually. No. It comes to 4, 15, 4:30. There, it goes to there on a Friday. So all I'm doing is I'm marking up the high and the low. Now, because I'm using Eastern Standard Time, see down here, I'm not using UK time. I'm not using Bali time, Thai time. I'm using Eastern Standard Time, New York time. So Lisa will be very happy about that. Thank you very much. Makes life a lot easier, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So David, what would you suggest we do with this?
Well, if we look at I guess we can try and I guess we can suppose what sort of highs and lows or breakouts that could happen based on the previous market. It looks as though the market tries to do what it wants or tries to carry on what it did the day before. So we can create channels, I guess, out of the breakouts and of the top and the
Okay.
bottom, maybe.
So let's look at the time. That's 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and put on an indicator called 30-minute trader, just so you know. And inside this 30-minute trader, there's certain times to trade. If I can get this to build in. And one of them is the exact time, if I can get this to go on. One of them is the exact time there. Now, what happens at this time here? What happens at this time here? The market has somebody heard of the phrase consolidation?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I think we'll would have changed the language for that in a little bit. Hello, Demo, mate. How are you doing? Well, Mr. Demo in the house.
All right, mate. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good, real good. This is day 2 of the free 3-day bootcamp. Yep. So it's good to have you here. So on the 30-minute trader, there's got all these different things here. You see these here, guys?
Yes.
Yep. These, when I put these together, I said to people, these are volume bursts. But the truth is that the time the market moves, and the market moves at that time there, which is 7 a.m. UK time. Yep. So for Leon, 7 a.m., you want to get out of your bed, you're expecting some manipulation. Because we have this area here, which people would call consolidation, usually, or you could call it accumulation of orders, where the people are not knowing if it's going to go up or down. We'd get the manipulation before the rejection the other way. Because what's really happened is we have the day before, and the market has reached up, took all these stop losses out, all above there, and said, thank you very much, and it's rejected the other side, and then decided to take all these stop losses out. Thank you very much. So the way I trade is based on liquidity. Any questions so far? So that again, got a range here on a Monday. It breaks out in consolidation, accumulation at that time of there, which if you look inside this indicator, they're all built. They're all built the times in advance. Boom. So we're expecting my people know this is an important time. It goes that way and it comes down and removes all these stop losses.
Would you say that that's the first candle of your trade, of your trading day, after the sort of initial madness where the market's finding out what it's doing?
Well, it depends where we are in the world. So we also trade 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know it's a different day, but
yeah,
it depends on my mornings at 8 a.m. But yeah, that candle there, or that area.
yeah.
Let me just double check. I also, okay, I apologize. There's an also trade I have at 6 a.m. UK time, which is a different setup. It's not based on this here. It's based on something else. Yep. So you got that there. It gets it right, and it gets this right, and it gets that right, and it gets that right, and it gets that right, gets that right, gets that right, gets that wrong. But guess what? I'm not claiming that you actually go with these. All we're saying is there's a volume burst in the market, and every time it shows one, it moves. So it took out the stop loss. So the next day, we've got a range. We've got a high. We've got a low. We're looking for the same times. At the same time, what this does is this here. There's other things we're gonna talk about. You see little green and red boxes, which I call stabilizer blocks. Have you heard of? I want to give you some language. This is a foreign language now for you, Leon. Have you ever heard of banker candles or order blocks? Has anybody here heard of any of them?
Yes.
Yeah. Which one have you heard of? Is that's or even supply and demand zones? Because they'll let me know the style of education you've had.
Yeah, I've heard of all of them.
Have you used any of them at all? And I'm not trying to catch you.
No,
I'm genuine.
They're confusing to me.
Yep. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just highlight these, right? So I've got two green ones. I've got green, that another one. So do you think green means buy or do you think green means sell? So let's, yeah, so that's okay. See, it goes up and it goes up again. It comes down. It comes like we call relatively equal highs there, but we don't know if that's a high yet. We have no idea if that's the high. But we're expecting it to go, the way I trade, we're expecting it to either go above there or below there. But if we've already had, this is a Tuesday, taking out liquidity and going the opposite way, I'm tempted to think Wednesday might be the same way. But rather than be tempted, I just tell the candles, let the candles. So it goes up and it goes sideways. You might be in a trade at that time. You might see that accumulation going up. You might get something like that. But then it comes red. And we know that means a sell, don't we? Because if green means up, red means a sell. Now you could enter there, but I also trade using candles. I don't just trade from market structure. I just don't trade from the highs and lows of the day. That's the high so far. At that point, that is the high right there. So, David, and Lisa, can you tell me anything about that candle there, please? Apart from it's black and it's going down.
Yeah, so it came after that magical box that you just talked about.
Yeah, it's just a box.
It's an engulfing candle.
It's an engulfing candle, yes. I've heard of that language as well. There's different languages for it. Now, there's an engulfing candle there also. Okay, enough. Right, I'm going to draw two lines now. There, at that wick. Oh, I just want to check I've done that correctly. And I'm going to come down, and there's no wick to the left. You see, there's no wick to the left. There's no body. There's nothing to the left there, and it comes down there, and we've got something here. So all I'm going to do, I've got this one here. I'm not going to that one. I'm going to this one. I'm going to go to that wick. I'm just going to go there, that way. Right, so you can show the definition, that wick there. So there's nothing here, and until this happens, there's nothing there. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yep.
Now, this might seem like magic. It might seem like set up, but what I'm going to show you is this. Now, Mr. Demo knows. All I'm just going to get to this rectangle down here, which you can find there or here. And all I'm going to do from there, I'm going to go from there to there, drag that out. And I'm then going to hit extend right. There. And if by magic, with this red box and this thing here, price comes down, all the way down, takes out the stop losses from these, then decides to come back up to where it's come back to. This area
that
here.
channel.
Yeah. Didn't do it there because there was something here, but this one was protect. Let's see how that went up. That candle went up. It was already done. So the candles had to come up for that. It could have went further. Absolutely, it could have went further, but it didn't. I actually can't say the candles are going to stop there, but there's certain probabilities. So we have a high, push down. The 30-minute trader tells me there's something there. I didn't even have to draw that. I could have went to the 30-minute trader, and I could have went to the style, and I could have went to that's interesting. Recent inputs. Sometimes I look at it, this and it, things seem to be moved. Ah, there. I could color. I could do certain things like this, and I'll show you this in a minute. And hopefully, see it's still working. Hopefully it's going to show me there. Because I'm going back in the past, it doesn't always show actually in the back in the past. I'll show you in a minute. You parked up for the day, Demo?
Not yet, mate. Not yet. About 6 o'clock. Another couple of hours.
Now, do you see this candle here?
Mm-hmm.
David, Lisa?
Yep.
What happens when I hit that there? It's highlighted it red. It's said to me, there's something there. Yep. Did these as well.
So sorry, is that an alternative sort of, I'm going to probably use the wrong word, but an alternative indicator to the box that you just showed?
Absolutely.
Okay,
it's an
right.
alternative. So if you didn't know where to draw the box, we'll have to teach you that. But inside here, there was show the FV, show the candles. So I've just switched it off. See that I've switched it off?
Yeah.
Yep. So so I've just changed mine to black and grey, and I sample all sorts of different colours from time to time. So I went down, and it come back up, hit that there, and guess what it then went? For liquidity again. So the people that had their stop losses wanted to buy, that perhaps said, it's going to go to the moon, it's going to take out this high. Well, guess what? They go about their day, and they lose. Stop. It comes for liquidity once again. And that's the way I teach. Look for liquidity. Look for the stop losses. Yep. It goes for liquidity and improper price action. Like improper because behind every seller, there's got to be a buyer. And there was no buyers there, was there? In that space. So it had to come up, went up once and then down. Questions on that?
I just have one quick question. If you could just show me, if you wanted to get this, so going back on that main candle that we're working on that's created that channel, if you weren't using the 30-minute trader or the other indicator that you just showed us for the fair value gap and the other candle, is there a way that you can come to the conclusion to work on that candle without those indicators?
So let me, so there's no indicator showing. Do you agree? But I'll actually delete them. There's no indicators on. I'll even delete that bottom one. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. So let's say you came here, you've enjoyed the 3 days. You said, Jeff, thank you very much. I'm going my own way. I'll say, good on you. Wish you best of luck. So we've got this high. We don't know if this is a high yet. You tell me if you see a candle with nothing to the left or nothing to the right. Is there something to the right, left there and right?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Is there anything to the left of that one? Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Is the wick there, but there's nothing there? There's a body there. There's nothing there. There's a body. There's something there. There's something there. There's something there. There's nothing there, but it came back up. It came back up. It came back up. It's left this open. It comes out.
Right.
takes a stop loss, says, thank you very much, here we go. Boom. Then it runs the stops again. Now they're taken out. Thank you very much.
So it's the fact that the candle is different to its neighbors and that there's a gap, obviously
Okay.
there's a gap, right?
So you tell me, when I play the exact same rules going down, is there anything to the left?
Yeah.
Yes. Is there anything to there? The wick took that one out. Is there anything to the left? There is.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one? That
Yeah.
one? That one?
And we can play on that one, right?
Okay. If I showed you this, you won't believe me. Where does the price come?
It's, yeah, from break and then above it, right? So
Price comes back into there once again. It comes back into there. Trying to get this as straight as possible. The entry depends on you. You could actually place an entry on them. And if it goes higher than that, we just have to accept a little bit of drawdown. Same up there. If you aim for there and it just goes a little bit higher, I don't even know if it's even a pip or not. It's nothing. It's nothing. Look at that there. So the high there, so we're going to go up, look here and look at the word high. The high of that is 646. Can you see just up here?
Yeah.
I'm going to write this down. 64643. And I'm now going to go to the high of that candle there, where I drew it. And that's 64639. So it's less than half a pip out. It goes over. In fact, it's less than that. It's less than half of half. It's half, even less than that. Yeah, it's minute. It's like half a pipette, and it comes down. Yeah. Then it comes back up. Now this one, you've got a bit more drawdown, haven't you? It goes nearly up to the top because you don't see, you're like, oh, panic.
Yeah.
Is it going to go? Is it going to keep going? It reverses. So if you're doing trading from these, expect drawdown. Expect it. Boom. No indicator required. If you want the indicator, I could put it on. Bang, there you go. It comes down. We have a new day. Lisa, questions? Leon, just watch and listen, mate. I know it's a lot to take in. I know it's a lot to take in. So, it comes down. End of the day. So far, we've got a Monday. We've got a accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Takes out the stop losses, done its job. Thank you. It moves up, it comes down, takes out the stop losses, comes down, I get back down, take out these stop losses, and all the way down. There might be more stuff going back there, but I can't see that. Yeah. Questions so far? So you're asking me to show you stuff. I'm showing you stuff with indicators, and I'm showing you things without indicators, because I actually teach both ways. Oh, somebody's Demo's lost and he's coming back in. Welcome back, Demo. Welcome back. I never saw you there. I do apologize, mate. So what we've got then here, we go into the next day. This is the Thursday. And as you can see from the high and the low, it doesn't take any liquidity from there or there. But guess what? Where does it go? What's up here? Let's actually have a look. Where does this wick go? Does it actually do it? Remember that one, that zone I drew?
Yeah.
Yeah. People probably thought they were safe with the stop losses above there. It just wicks it and then reverse. Boom. Because that there has not been touched. These ones stopped there, but that's there. It's been left open all that time. Went into it. You know, that was the first one. That was the second one, which you highlighted. It reversed there, come down, and that there. Do you remember that we did that one? You said you actually
Yep.
noticed this. Yep. Hit that again. No indicators. Boom. So if you know this happens, what you could do. Now this is supposed to be for beginners, but this is far from beginners. I could quite easily use my short tool right on the bottom there. Right on the bottom. Stop loss you could put above here. You could put above there. You could look for anything. You could have put it above there. Depends on you. Depends on your style of trading. Some people might like a really tight style of trading, but it's up to you. What would you choose, Lisa? What, do you use pips? Do you use like what you see? What is it you do? If I may ask.
Pips.
Pips. So is it like that's 16.9? Would you say that's too much? Too little?
No, that's good.
Yeah, 16.9. Yourself, David?
Typically, I guess I would go in looking focused on the pips.
Yep.
And I'm of the mindset any pips are good pips.
Yep. So as long as it's above there's 5.9, but I'll probably leave it just a little bit, you know. Demo, are you using 10 or what is it you're using, Demo, yourself?
I'll go for percentage. So normally I would probably depend, but if it was on a 15-minute time frame, it'd be about 10 pip stop loss.
Round about 10, so round about up there. Yeah. So we'll actually play with two. I'll actually show you one at 10 pips and one at round about there. It's close enough to what we had it. Okay. Oh, sorry, I apologize. I'll put that back. So, trade however you work. You might have a trading style that says go for 1%. You might have a trading style that says go for 0.5%. But before we do 2%, 3%, before we do anything of that, let's look there. Why did that stop there? Why did I stop that? If you can answer the question why, you can go far in trading. I'll say that again. If you can answer the question why, you can go far in trading. So, someone else, I wonder if you can help me out. So far, David's helped me out with noticing these areas, which we've highlighted. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to do the opposite way. I'm going to do the opposite way. Do we notice any candles without wicks or bodies either side? We notice one here. We notice something here. We notice one here. And we notice one here. Is that fair enough?
Yes.
Yes, from there all the way up to there. So I'm just going to be completely transparent. I'll put that up to there. Do that there, and I'll stop the extend right. So it's almost like one big candle. Okay, so let's carry on. So we've got 3 blacks, we have a grey, we have a grey, we have a grey, we have a grey. Black, 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 black. So whenever you see these here in a row, or these here, you say, well, why did this stop here? Why did this stop here? I always ask me, why did it stop there? And I'm always looking left, and it will come apparent when I come to here. And I call this a block of orders, because just these orders, like, they're just there. And they're actually doing something related to these wicks on the side. There's something happening to these with these wicks on the side, which Demo knows about. Yeah, it comes down, and eventually, off this low, this is what you call the last low before the up. Do you see that there? This is the last one. Now, I don't bother with the wicks. I'm not interested in the wicks for this. But for me, I focus, the wicks are important, but I focus on the bodies to find the low of anything. I find the body low. That's the low. These two are the low. Yeah. So we've got one here. This is the low. The bodies of the candles go up, come back down, and then that point continues up. And it goes so fast. Now, has anybody ever been to an auction before?
Yep.
Yep. Car auction, whatever auction. If you're buying something, something's got to be selling something. So if you're selling something, it's got to be buying something. But there's only buyers here. There's tiny little wicks. So there's all this. Some people call this imbalance. Some people call it fair value gap. There's other names for it. So now I've explained that there. So let's come down. Well, we've got this. Well, something happens to this body here, and this wick comes down to there. So what it does, it takes out most of that and most of that. Yeah. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that there. Sometimes the wicks go beyond it, but I'll take that to there. It goes back up, and it stopped somewhere for whatever reason. But this time, so let's come down with a black, 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 grey. Where did it stop? At the grey candle. So always look for little oddities, because the rest of them are all black, because these are orders. There's orders waiting here. It goes back up to there and reverses. Thank you very much. And if those people did a buy order there, based on that, again, what's underneath there? Stop losses. They'd be like, oh, scalpers, always going up, and they would jump on a trade as it goes really fast. And then it comes down too fast. Look, but as it comes down, all this here stop. The bodies stop there. At that there. Yep. So what we can do things like, this was the last low that was respected, and all of a sudden, so we've noticed the candles come back to areas of improper price action, imbalance in the market where there's only sellers, no buyers. We've also noticed when we find, so this was going up, it come down. That candle there was the last. That's where the move down ended, and it started moving up. Well, okay, I get that. That whole zone, and what happens at that point? It starts moving back up again. Now, when we draw on these boxes like this, you'll be like, Jeff, that's impossible. Guess what? It happens again. From that little candle there. So, let's carry on. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. It stopped. Ask yourself, what's left? Well, I'm going to focus on the bodies, although the wicks go a little bit higher, but I'm going to focus on the bodies. I'm going to draw there. That there. Did I know that was in the finish there? Absolutely not. But I always look for a reason why. Because I'm learning every single day. And if you're not reading the candles, I think you're missing something out. The structure of the market tells me something. As that reverses, I want to move this for a minute. So you can see that could have went to 2.84%. That stop loss up there. I've used like a 10 pip stop loss, been 5.25%. But let's look at structure the way it's typically taught. We have a high, goes down, we have a lower high. Doesn't break that, so we don't know if this is a lower high yet until it breaks there. Now we know it was a lower high. Lower high, because I've got this here. Yeah, got a low. It fails to break that high, so we have a lower high. We have, so that again, and this on the 15th, this is lower than that. We're using structure. It's failed to break this low, so we don't know where where we're at. So some people might call this consolidation, they might call it ranging, but we're looking for it to go above there or below there. Liquidity. Questions, please. Have you seen it? I know there's probably a lot of heavy stuff, but are you seeing anything you could use? Zero indicators.
Yeah, I mean, like this is the first time I've really been able to look at a candle charts and actually identify like a possible trade, right? Because you've explained it in that way. Whereas normally if I was looking at a chart, it'd just be riddled with different indicators to try and give me direction. So this is really cool to see that, like, as you say, it's the basic market structure, and then seeing what the argument between the buyers and sellers and how those orders are actually making people stop out without even knowing why they're stopping out.
Yeah, thank you for that. Now, on then what I do, if you want to, if I think it might reverse you, that's when you put your indicators on, based on what you believe the market's going to do. So at that point, I might be tempted to put on my 30-minute trader direction, right? To give me if some people need something to say buy and sell. Some people just need it. So let me play with the settings here. Before that was a 6, I'm going to put that to a 13. I've been using a scalping setting for an early entry. I might play with, and that's enough for now. I'm not going to bother with that there. So some people use moving averages, which are these here. So the one I changed there was this green one that turns to red when the market's turned. And when the market comes down there, and as long as it stays, as long as it doesn't close the other side there, you can stay in the trade all the way down, and that black candle closes the other side of there. Can you see that there? There's actually space. Exit the trade, but that's only based on we believe the market potentially could turn around there, but we don't know yet. You would use something like this to support your entry. We're not trading just off indicators. We get what we believe, the narrative of the market first, what we believe it's going. It does it. It wicked it once, as you can see, twice, 3 times. And then I put this back on, and it just happens after that, my 30-minute trader indicator says, Jeff, there's a good possibility you could be getting in a trade here. If you use indicators, if you didn't use indicators, you could use a couple of things. You could switch it to bodies, you could switch your candles to line chart, and you could look for the break of structure. A break of structure is there on this time frame. So there, anything below there is your entry. You can potentially wait for a little pullback, and away you go. Lisa, are you finding this useful, valuable, or is it a bit too easy, or a bit over your head, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is something I don't know, so this is another way of doing it. That I don't know, but I just, I like this. And I like the indicators that help show that you're doing this the right way.
Thank you. Yes. So you notice I highlighted that there. Did you notice that when I went to there? Break of structure. So look, if you want to wait, do that there. If you're not sure, wait for a little pullback. You're not very good on indicators. Now, do you remember previously I said look for a little sneaky candles that's different? Do you remember I said that?
Yeah.
Well, we've got one here. Price comes down, goes back up, rejects off that little sneaky one, drop off. And you could, and all that was a little pullback. In there was orders waiting to happen. You can guess where it went again. Back to there. this is done all in the 15-minute time frame. We could drop the time frames if you wish, or are you happy with this? Do you want me to drop for you, Lisa?
No, I mean 15 minutes is good too.
Okay, so we're here. Lisa, I want to follow these up, and when it gets to the top, just say stop when you think. That's it there. That's it there. Okay, look left. What do you see?
Nothing.
What's this here?
Okay.
It happened again. 0 indicators. Best way, rather than believe me, is to try it yourself. 0 indicators, drops off. Peter's entry there. If you want, put your entry there. Put your stop loss above where, up there or whatever it is. Target down there. Why would I say there's your target, your first target? Because it's so far it's rejecting off there. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So if you're looking for more than that, you're not being true. So put that there, the bottom there. Put your stop loss whatever you think it is, with your first target at the very top there. Yeah, your first target at the very top. And if you get any more, it's a bonus. Just be completely honest and say most people would be quite happy with that and potentially expect it to reverse. Yeah. So let's just go to the next day, or are we okay? Let's go to the next day. Friday's usually a bit, what day is that? Yeah, Friday's, is that Friday? Oh, it was Sunday. So let's come to the here and the now. So we've done that there. I hope that was useful. So let's come to let's do the exact same again for Monday. When's Monday's? Oh, I apologize, I'll move this out of the way. So I don't really mark this up until Monday at midnight. And then until Tuesday at midnight. Well, that's not, wow. There. So Lisa, can you help me this time, please? Find a high and a low. Or can you just confirm that's just for...
Yes, that's the low.
Yeah. And I'll do the high.
It's there. Yeah.
Right about there.
Right there.
I'm going to move that side. There might actually be a little wick. Yeah, there was actually that little wick. Or was it? Yeah, it was. It was the wick, actually. Apologise, that was hiding. It's my fault. That there. Sorry about that there. So there's Monday. We've got Monday. So what we're doing is we're looking for... What did I say we're looking for? Liquidity. We're looking for a direction. We're looking for a false movement. Okay. Let's do this here. Yeah. And for whatever reason, I have no idea why this happens. It decides to go back up here again. I've no idea why that happened, but it obviously likes it. Now, they only wicked here. Now, I'm going to give you a horrible analogy, because I only say this because I was never very good at it. Painting. Does anyone here like painting the house, like with a roller at all? I'll be stopping in 5 minutes. Just like, no. Some of like you might put emulsion on the wall or anything like this. Get a big roller and a big stick, and you put your in. Nobody's ever done this before.
I've done it. I don't like it.
Oh, neither do I. Okay. So, and it's even worse when you come home, and then someone says you've missed a bit. Yep. So let's look at this here. We've got this here. These candles are all the way up there. They're just wicks. There's no bodies within here. Do you notice that? There's no bodies. It went up and straight back down. Up, straight back down. So it's what's happened is it's like someone says it's, see how that's different to that body there? Proper bodies inside there. Just wicks. So what then happens is there's something called a balanced price range. There, it wasn't filled in. It goes up and down. It's almost like it's making sure it's filled in the gaps before moving it the opposite way. Now, we were expecting stop losses there, but let's say it eventually starts going up. Some people say it's going to the moon, it's bang. Where would people's stop losses be? If you think of the time of the day, that's 7 a.m. UK time, which if I put on my indicator, that would be people would go in for that there, a 30-minute trader. Exactly on that time. There. See a little yellow arrow there. In a minute, see it's still manipulating. Now start thinking of your final. There we go. Green box. Green means what? Buy. Can't be any more precise than that. So therefore, people's stop losses would be where? Underneath here. It goes all the way up. Bang. Takes out the stop losses because they've been greedy. They're trying to stay in the trade. Bang. So I always say to people, take profit. Take money off the table and put it in your prop firm, your broker, whatever you're trading from. Put it there. Yep. Step one, got a big gap here. It takes it out. I'll talk about that else in a minute. I'll remove this. Can someone, the last little time I'm doing this today, does everybody see this big gap?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's from there, because of that body there, all the way down to there. Yeah. No, okay, there was one here, but it took that out there, with that there. There was one here, it took it out, be coming down. There was a little bit there, took it out, be coming down. There's one here still to take here. See all I'm doing? It's come up to about 50%. It's come down. Does anybody see one here?
Yeah.
To there. Oh, look, what's happened? It's just taken this out. Look, do you see that? So that's gone. What else it's done? It's also taken out the stop losses underneath there that people took a buy, liquidity. As soon as it's done that, it's then reversed and said, guess what? I'm coming up for there because it's improper price action. This is the here and the now. That's what's happened. It's exactly what's happened. There's 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time candle, which is 7 a.m. UK time. My indicator said, expect a move up. It was green. It went up. I gave the story about why this happens, something called a balanced price range. Came back out, took out the stop losses. While it was there, it took this out, but we've still got this one to play. Now, is it going to go straight for there, or is it going to do another liquidity drive and then come back later? I don't know. Questions, learnings, or discoveries from today's session? Okay, if there's no questions, I'll close the show then. Appreciate every one of you being here.
Oh, sorry, I do have one silly question, Jeff. You call it the 30-minute trader, and we're trading at the moment on a 15-minute chart. Is that because you normally trade 30 minutes yourself, or is there some other reason behind it?
In and out the trade in 30 minutes. In and out of the trade in 30 minutes.
Ah, I see. Okay. Cool.
So you're trading on the 1 or the 5 minute. That's what we're trading on.
Okay.
That's exactly what we're doing. Look, comes up to it. Reverses and it goes back up. Does it miss some? It missed some. 30-minute trader. It's about getting in there. It's for busy people who don't have much time. So, and on top of that, I've even built in times of the day to trade. It's inbuilt into it. It's inbuilt. I'm saying expect market manipulation there. Expect movement. Does it happen every time? Yes, it does. Look, boom, boom. Forget the direction. Just expect it to move. So it's there built to help people out. At these times here, this is built for something else. This is a story. Something happens at this time. It's inbuilt. So it's not just a little indicator that's got little red and green boxes. It's incredible amount of information. Well, but the 1 minute all the way up to the 15 doesn't go beyond the 15-minute because it's for. And it wasn't a stupid question, by the way. I think it was a great question. Genuinely good question. The only reason, again, I used the 15 because we chose 15, 30, 5, or 1. And then Lisa was quite happy to stay at the 15. So that was it. So thank you very much. Has this been a value at all today? Has this been a value?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so,
yeah. So is this the only way I teach? No, we've got lots of ways of teaching. But it's for me, I trade off liquidity and candles. We have other teachers in the 30-minute trader program, and they have different. Well, one of them is more of a scalper, and that's fine. Because some people like that in and out the market, take the profits, close for the day. Now, I'm not saying the 30-minute trader doesn't do that, but I'm more focused on the candles. But next month, which is starting on the 1st, I think it's a Friday. Then we do a Friday, and then we do another 5 days. So it'll be a 6-day boot camp where we focus on 2, possibly 3 different styles of trading. I don't want to overcomplicate things. Again, it's 2 of them. Well, if we do 3, the 2 of them will be time-based, and the other one is not time-based. The other one's based on a bit of what you see today, actually, using the weekly time frame. So that's really it. So far, I'm sharing with the group what I'm going to show them next month, and I think so far it's up about 32%, something like that, since yesterday. So in every session I show that with them. I am using 9 trading instruments for that, just so you know. But I think so far only 4 alerts and 4 trades have happened out of the 9.
Jeff, do you have specific instruments that you advise new traders to trade?
Yes. AUD USD, if you want to do Forex. It moves on a lower time frame. It's super sweet. But it also depends on the time where you are, Mark. Sorry, David, I apologize when I said that. Where you are in Asia, AUD USD is perfect. Because what you do is you're getting the Tokyo 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so which is your 7 a.m. What you're also doing is your 7 p.m. Whether it's a US pair as well, so you can Aussie, or you could do the USD JPY.
Okay.
Or you could do in your evening, you could do S&P 500 or Nasdaq, or any dollar pair, EUR USD, Great British Pound USD. But I stay away from, or even gold. Your evening. Lisa, your morning. That's what I'm talking about. Just the US pairs or even a Canadian dollar. Respect the time, respect the time zone. So again, respect the time zone, and the time of the actual trade time, like it's 1 minute, 5 minute. Master, if you can, 1 or 2 pairs. Don't be a generalist. Master them. Do the exact same trade every single day. Master it, and so there's no point back testing times of the day. You're not going to trade, because I believe that's where people go wrong. They say on back testing it works, but does it work when you can trade?
Yeah.
That's what people don't do. Hi, Leon. Okay. So, final questions for Lisa, David, Leon before I go. Okay.
Nothing from me.
Thank you.
Nothing.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So there was just one thing you got out of today to say that was useful. What would that be, please? If there was just one thing you said, I'm glad I came for that. What would that be, please?
For me, just the overview. Just the overview for me, mate.
Yeah, I appreciate
Yes.
it. Yeah.
I'm enjoying the fact that I'm now identifying, or being able to start identifying trade opportunities, rather than just staring at a chart and not absorbing them and taking in the info that I need to. I'm not, it's like you said, it's learning a language, right? You've got to also learn the language of the candles.
Absolutely, you have to. I appreciate everybody being here and your feedback. Thank you very much. For new people, Leon, I'm speaking to you specifically. It's overwhelming. Stick with it. It does sink in. David and Lisa will tell you it sinks in. Just bear with it. Just slow and steady. Just take your time.
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah, because you've got Jaden. He'll support you. That's what's important. Yeah. And
Thank you.
And for everyone else, I really appreciate. In fact, everybody appreciate you being here. I'll see you all tomorrow, will I? Last
Yes.
night.
Yes. Yeah.
And you can send me a private message if you want to, but it's now my 20 past 11 at night, so I'll be going to bed soon. Have a lovely day, evening, afternoon. See you all at the top. Bye for now.